everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Nani and you're watching Nani's Picks. This is a page where I'll be sharing some beauty tips, beauty advice, ingredient breakdown, basically everything beauty. That's me. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed as yet, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you want to see this face continuously on this channel, that would be great. Show me support! I shared a video last week kind of introducing you guys to how I got started in the beauty industry, what my motivation was, and I really shared my entire journey, you know. That was my insightful video on how I got started in the beauty industry. If you haven't checked it out yet, please go and check it out. I'm gonna put the link in the description box below. And then of course, I felt like naturally it was only right that I do a video following up talking about acne.
My hairline is so weird. My pores are huge. My nail beds suck.
Acne vulgaris is actually a very common disease. Yes, it is a disease. It's very complex because there are so many factors that can contribute to acne and that can cause it, and also certain people can be dealing with more than one factor. So the first factor that we're going to talk about today is genetics, and I'm really actually going to group genetics and sebum into one. So acneic skin is basically inherited, and what that means is that your skin is basically producing too much sebum. People that have this type of skin actually produce 3 times as much sebum as people that are considered to have normal skin. Typically, I have oily skin and I have to deal with that as well. Let's say I start my morning routine, I go throughout my day, I put my makeup on. By, I want to say 2-3 hours, I look like a grease ball. Like I look like a beautiful glazed donut. That's what I look like. And no amount of blotting is going to help. No amount of pore like finisher is gonna help. No amount of primer is going to help. That's just my skin, so I'm not even going to try to find a miracle. That's just my skin. I've learned to accept it. So if you don't know double cleansing, it's actually a Korean skincare method, and it has to do with cleansing with 2 different types of cleansers. So the first cleanser is going to be an oil cleanser, and the second cleanser is going to be a water-based cleanser. And the concept behind this is that like attracts like. So the first cleanser, which is an oil-based cleanser, is going to go in and actually remove the oil-based impurities that's on your skin. So that would be the excess sebum, of course, the makeup, the sunscreen, just everything that is oil-based is going to be washed off with the oil cleanser. And then you're going to go in with your water-based cleanser directly after, and you're going to wash your skin to remove all other impurities. So that could be excess dirt or you know, sweat, stuff like that. There's 2 different types of oil-based cleansers that you can use. I personally prefer using a balm. I use a cleansing balm. So it starts off as a balm and it kind of melts into your skin and turns into oil. The one that I use is from Then I Met You. I'm gonna insert a picture, and the picture that I'm inserting is a picture that I took myself. This oil-based cleanser is actually from the brand Then I Met You. For the Living Cleansing Balm, it has sea buckthorn oil, it has olive oil, it has vitamin E, it has grapeseed oil, it has a lot of different types of oil that has like stearic acid, oleic acid, linoleic acid. A lot of fatty acids are in these cleansing balms. So I heard about the one from DHC. I haven't personally tried it because I know that I prefer balms over oils, but if you want to go the oil route, you can try that one. So let's talk about the second factor, and that would be dead skin cells.
I know what time it is. They want to try to dim my light so their light can shine bright. But you know what? It ain't gonna work.
The thing with people that have acneic skin is that our skin renews itself up to 5 times the amount that a normal person's skin would. So basically, Our skin is shedding up to 5 times faster than normal skin people are. This condition is known as hyperkeratinization. The first sign of acne is usually a blackhead or a comedo. Comedones normally consist of a mixture of keratinized materials and lipid material. Excess dead skin cells are getting trapped in your pore walls, and because of that mixture of the keratinized material, so the dead skin cells, especially excess dead skin cells that are being shed, and then of course you have the lipid material, so the excess sebum that you're producing, you have those combined stuck in your pore walls. That's what's going to lead to all these different blackheads and whiteheads. Different comedones are going to start forming on your skin. So tip number 2 is increased exfoliation. Because we are shedding so many dead skin cells, it's important to ensure that we actually have those skin cells, dead skin cells actually, removed. You're going to want to incorporate that physical exfoliator or that chemical exfoliator into your skincare routine so that you're able to actually aid in removing all those dead skin cells from your skin that will plug your sebaceous gland. I actually use a cult favorite, they call it a cult favorite, from Biologique Recherche. I use that as a chemical exfoliator, and I use that probably 2 to 3 nights a week. It's actually really going to help when it comes to making sure that you don't have excess dead skin cells still on your skin. I definitely recommend you incorporate facials into your routine. This is actually the longest I've been without a facial. It's been 7 months now. I haven't gotten one since January. It's been 7 months without a facial, and trust me, my skin is screaming at me. I can just feel the congestion. I can feel like my pores are clogged, but that's a story for another day. That's a story for when I start my facial series, and if you guys are looking forward to that, leave a comment below. I'm planning to start this facial series. I want to give you guys a deep dive review of all the facials that I have done in the past. Luckily I document everything, so I still have like videos and pictures of the facials that I've done in the past, and I also have like my upcoming facials booked, so I'm planning to document those as well. So let's get into the third factor that I wanted to talk about, and this one is probably the one that I'm the most familiar with. This is the one that my research project was based on. The activity of commensal bacteria and Propionibacterium aids in the development of acne. I have chosen to work with 2 commensal bacteria, Staphylococcus aureus as well as Staphylococcus epidermis, and Propionibacterium acnes in my study. So as you can see here, there is an increase in the Propionibacterium acnes around the gland itself, in the epidermis. So that's the inflammatory pathway. One factor that can be a driving force with that acne is the bacteria, natural bacteria that lives on your skin. Okay, for people that suffer from acne, we have a certain bacteria that actually just throws our microbiome off, and this is the P. acnes. So P. acnes actually lives inside impacted pores. P. acnes lives on the lipid material. Sebum is actually food for them. So P. acnes is living inside your pores. You're not double cleansing, you're not getting rid of all the excess sebum. You have a buildup of sebum and like dead skin cells that's going inside the impacted pore. It's blocking the sebaceous gland. P. acnes is gonna have a feast. Bacteria will thrive inside that pore, and they will actually produce an inflammatory response because of the chemical breakdown of lipids and fats and oils, and the end result is going to be acne. It's going to be redness, it's going to be inflammation, it's going to be blackheads, it's going to be breakouts basically. This is what will lead to the redness and pus. So if you have like those pustules, we call them pustules. If you have pustules, these are pus filled bumps that is probably most likely caused by P. acnes, and you'll have to target your acne based on that. So benzoyl peroxide is one active that will target P. acnes, and What that does is actually works by reducing the amount of bacteria that's on the skin. I actually use the CeraVe Acne Foaming Cleanser, which has 4% benzoyl peroxide, and you can actually get different types of benzoyl peroxide treatments. So whether it be a cream or a lotion, a cleanser, whatever you use, just make sure you incorporate that active into your routine. Finally, let's touch on hormones. Any life event that actually affects the hormones can trigger your acne. So if you're stressing, that can trigger your acne. If you're expecting your period to come, that can trigger your acne. Day 1 to 6 of your menses, women, I'm talking to you, not men, you'll have low progesterone and low estrogen. And basically what this means is that your skin is going to look very dry, it's going to look very dull, you're not producing as much sebum as you normally should, so that's why we all look like zombies during our period. Okay, so you move on to days 7 to 13, and that's referred to as the follicular phase, aka glow up period, aka ovulation period, aka my favorite time of the month. That's because your skin actually has a natural glow during this time. Isn't that a setup? During this time, there's high estrogen, so your skin is glowing, you have a natural plump look, you look like they just infused you with hyaluronic acid, you look amazing. Day 7 to 13, you did that. We women only have 5 days out of the month to enjoy. Moving on to days 14 to 28, this is called the luteal phase. This is called the luteal phase. This is actually the time where us oily people will suffer, and it's so sad that we have a full 2 weeks of suffering. Full 2 weeks. During this time, this is when your hormonal acne will haunt you because you are producing a lot of sebum at this time. Honestly, I haven't really found a way to help with my hormonal acne as yet. I came off birth control because I found that it wasn't working for me. Birth control didn't help much, and honestly I feel like I'm okay with living with my hormonal acne. What I will do is probably plan around it. So I have the Flow app on my phone, and I mean I encourage every woman to download the Flow app because it's important to know when your cycle is, important to know if there's anything throwing it off. It's just a good app to have. So like I can see, I don't know if you guys can see, but it will say when my day of ovulation is. And day of ovulation, that was on the 23rd of this month. That explains it. That full 2 weeks I cannot slack on double cleansing, I have to be exfoliating more, just stuff like that. It's never something that is just going to magically disappear one morning. I'm not just going to wake up with perfect skin. I have to be consistent, and it's something that I have to definitely pay attention to all the time. I'll also insert some pictures right now of my skin at its worst. I'm really not proud of this. I kind of keep them locked away in a vault, but I think it's important for you guys to see my skin at its worst. I mean, a lot of people see me and they say I have perfect skin, or they consider it perfect skin, but no, I have been through it, trust me. My advice, stay consistent, try to figure out what really are the factors that contribute to your acne, and hopefully these tips have been helpful for you. They've been helpful for me, and I just want to share that knowledge with you guys. And leave a comment if you have any questions about acne, if you want me to cover anything else in an upcoming video, if you want me to drop that facials experience vlogs that I'm talking about, or if you just want to let me know what your tips are with dealing with your acne, definitely comment below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.